potential, and let's be diligent all the time by no by all means, right? So let's just be steadfast and step forward for the good affinity of the getting the Dharma. And if we can be persistent, then we will be meet up with a better self in the future. So let's not give up, and we will just be as wonderful as ever. So please give yourself a big hand, please, if you're here with us today. And just now, we watch a little bit part of the recap, right? And let's just say thank you to our documentary designers today. And today is May 1st, right? And it is a holiday, and it should be a holiday for everybody. So yeah, then we can all study happily together. And next week, then we're gonna have performing artist Liao Xiaotong coming over with us, right? And Liu, right? You remember her? And we listened to her story last time. And she will be here with her mom next time. So it's going to be a wonderful Wednesday next week, right? And we always see like a photographs like a taken by Zhou Xinhong, but actually he is a very wonderful like a professor, we say, right? And he is gonna be here with us today. And we have a fun one from the United States, and she will be doing us a guided reading next week, right? So let's take a look at the news clips about last week. And this is about like a news sprout, like a classes, right, in Kaohsiung, right? And this is about the Dai drama where dreams can take it out, right? And we are not going to be somebody, but we can just try our best to love. And Zheng Lihua is a teacher from a very famous cram school, and she knows like how to deal with all manners when she like communicates or like getting together with other students, right? And she says that what changes her most is herself, right? Okay. And Zhu Ziyin, the main character, okay, is experiencing a wonderful thing that, okay, this is really difficult, right, to just do the communication job like with her own, like children, but she did, right? Okay. And as a child, that we always say that we have to act as like well as their own parents, but now it's time to rethink like what's it all about, right? And this is a good story all about love, right? And this is a very touching news, right? And this is a Dai drama where dreams take off, right? And we just watched the ending right last week, right? And we see teacher Zheng Lihua. Actually, she's a kind of a good person, and I just knew her from the first episode, and I realized that she was really a strict teacher, and I was a teacher too. She was like a powerful, and she was energetic. I know, but actually, seldom do teachers share their experience about the relationship between themselves and their own children. And yesterday, if you also watch the last episode of this drama, and you will realize that teacher Zheng Li was home, and how like her son and her grandson were doing, and how they interacted within their family. And I feel so grateful watching this film because they just talking about their own life experience, and we gain so much like experience like through their lives, right? This was kind of a wonderful experience for us watching this video. And this is now about the earthquake in Hualien on April 3rd. And if you followed up our Dharma, like a morning assembly this morning, then you will know that our masters talk very much about the impermanence, right, in the world, right? Okay, especially through this earthquake, right? And we learn this is a kind of a super impermanence, let's say super impermanence, right? Which means that anything can just suddenly happen, and you will never know what's going to be going on for the next moment. So we have to be really pay close attention to everything, right? And you will know, you never know that how many earthquakes and aftershocks we had ever experienced after the April 3rd earthquake, right? Okay, but now I realize that we had more than 1,000 aftershocks, right, so far. And after so many shakes, right? And do we have any more, right? I think so, right? I don't know. Through the whole process, do people feel any unrest or panic, right? That's why Mr. Zheng Yuan really urged that we have to always calm ourselves down, and we really have to really be ready. And we say be ready, not just like physically, but also mentally, right? And Master Zheng Yuan really hopes that we can calm ourselves down. And let's take a look at this video. If you feel any unrest, and let's pray for Taiwan. These days, we experience earthquakes, right? Scientists mention this is the period for our motherland to do some adjustment. So it's still unstable. We have to pay close attention. Within the 1 or 2 months, we have to experience aftershocks, right? Let's take a look since the morning. We have felt the earthquakes for many times. I think you also feel them, right? Please be always there. Never mind. Let's be always alert. Be repentant all the time. I often mention the weather and the atmosphere and our characters. And we have to say that within time and space where we reside, that we have been accumulated a lot of experience, like abiding until annihilation. So let's be always mindful about what we say and what we do, and even our thoughts. We have to be always alert. And let's do all the good deeds. And let's stop doing all the evil deeds. Be pious, and I wish you all the best. Thanks to Master Zheng Yuan's preach, right? So let's collective all the good deeds, and let's be always pious, right? Let's repeat it again. Let's always be pious, right? If I am right, let's always be pious is also the motto that Master Zheng Yuan carried out when Typhoon Marathi hit Taiwan in 2009, right? Okay. And Master Zheng Yuan just hopes us that, well, we should not be fear. Instead, we should be pious, right? So the phrase, the quote, let's be pious, is a quote that Mr. Zheng Yuan has been like urging us since the Marathi typhoon, right? I think this quote is frequently heard in the morning. I mean, Dharma assembly in the morning, right? Volunteer assembly as well, right? Okay. And our masters in the abode said that, okay, and they wash their own clothes, they do their own laundry, of course, right? Okay. And when they are doing such kind of tiny thing, and they are always careful, right? Okay. So if you can also do something that which you think tiny, then you are kind of a useful and a meaningful person, right? Okay. So let's not underestimate what everything, I mean, whatever you can do, right? Okay. So you can just see, the example that I mentioned, like doing the laundry for everybody. And if you can just do that well, I think this is kind of everything, okay, for that, we say usage that you just carried it out, right? Okay. And Superintendent Chen Shouxing also mentioned that we know that our motherland is so fragile, right? And it is a very good example that's, take a look at an egg. That you will know, okay, an egg has a really fragile, with a shell, right? It's very easy that we break it, right? And it is just like our home, right? Okay. And you think how fragile is it? And I feel this is a kind of a very good metaphor. And the metaphor says that so people are living just on the fragile, like eggshells, right? And I suddenly realized, okay, what it's all about, right? Okay. And when we witness the disasters, right? Okay, then you have to know that this is a kind of fragile, like atmosphere, right? Okay. And can we just stop from the bad things from happening? Yes, we can. That we can always be doing all the good deeds, right, against the evil deeds, right? Okay. And this is between the power of evil and the good, right? So let's do good all the time to continue, okay, the good atmosphere, right? Okay. So let's give yourself a big hand, right? Okay. And we say, okay, this is a big bag, right? And we shouldn't name this a blessing bag, right? Okay. Because, we use such bags, right? And we collect the donations, right? And we help a lot, including like earthquakes in Japan, right? Okay, and I do everything I can to just do something and help people who need us, right? Okay, and we just know it, right? Okay, and you just order them, you just purchase such like a blessing bags, right? And we just use the money, okay, to help like all the refugees, right, and all the people who suffer very much from the like an earthquake in Japan, right? And then a bag costs like $200, right? And we can just make kind of a donations like from like a small amounts of money, right? Okay, and we really need okay somebody who can just do it for the first time, and the people would just follow it like smoothly, right? Okay, so I think this is kind of wonderful that we can continue doing such good deeds, right? So let's say, right, we have a new like a Jesus everything, and let's read it up. An idle man has no pleasure, and a busy man has no time for despair. And a vow must be expressed through actions, right? And that's just not saying that, okay? And I am really, really kind of touched by all the aphorism that we have, right? So let's repeat it. What is the talent in Mr. Zheng Yan's mind? And we should be like a humble, and we can just cultivate by ourselves, right? And we are selfish, and we can just control our temper, and we are diligent, but we don't like create a conflicts between people, and we are well mannered, and we are virtuous, and we don't care about like a tiny manners, right? And if such people, Mr. Zheng Yan mentioned, exists, and this is the good talent for her, right? And we really expect that we are all we are all her like talents, right? So let's put your hand, okay, palm together, and just tell Mr. Zheng Yan that you are her wonderful talents, right? And Mr. Zheng Yan would show her thumb up, saying that, okay, we are all your good talents here. So, right, so please, say to your neighbors, right? Okay, thank you for studying with me, right? Okay. So today again is May 1st. This is a holiday in Taiwan, so let's just spare the time and study all together, right? Okay. And we have to like purify the world through the Dharma that we are studying, right? Okay. So let's talk about. Okay, this is a very wonderful, and we say we have like a sewing with love, right? And you can just come over every like Wednesday afternoon, right? Okay, then you can come over here and do the sewing job happily, and we will just put your like products into charity sale. and a lot of people around the world would just receive the work that you produce, right? Okay. And when we show the numbers here, and I think this is an encouragement for our team members of sewing with our team, right? Okay. And when people receive their products, they feel both touched and happy about that, right? Okay. And this is a team that collects like donations as well. And we have a lot of like interesting stories, okay, when they are doing so, right? Okay. And we know that they are like handmade products, right? Well, it should be kind of slow, right? So I say that, okay, because we want to collect donations like for like victims within the Hualien earthquake on like April 3rd. So we would like you to just, well, pay the money first, all right? And although you won't receive them really kind of soon, right? Okay. And yeah, but well, this is kind of embarrassing, but okay. As you receive such a product, then you will feel just surprised, like how like a elegant and how delicate like you would like a products would be, right? So now let's go to our like a multi-language translations, right? Okay. And 2020 in 2020, Mr. Zheng Yan would like us to do the like a study group in multi languages, right? And today, let's say thank you to like a Kaohsiung team that we have Xueyu, Jihao, Xuxian, okay, etc. Like a Xuxian, Jiaxin, Xingwen, and Su Ming and Yushan, okay. And we have Cantonese language team, right? And we have Huilin, Lili, Hohyu, Meiyi, and Mutin, Jinghan, Li Rong, and Qiaoyuan, okay? And also, we have a very wonderful team from Cambodia, right? Okay. We have Meiyun, Meilin, Xiaotong, and Yu Shijie. And Xie Minxun just, well, did her sharing last week, right? And she told me that she's gonna be back in Taiwan next week. I said, wonderful. You are more than welcome to be here, right? So like our wonderful team from Cambodia. And we also have a Malay team, right? We have a Xiaoqing, Hoyin, Yu Mei, Minxuan, Xiaolin, and we have a Yulin, Xinmei, okay? And let's say thank you to them, right? And May 1st, actually, this is a holiday in Taiwan, and it is also a holiday in Malaysia. And a lot of them would therefore be like volunteers in other functional teams, right? Okay, so this is a wonderful. And we have a Taiwanese language team, and we have Qiao Min, Jia Zhen, Pei Fan, Su Jin, Zhao Xun, Han Wen, Xiang Yin, and we have Yu Li. Okay, they are in both like Iran, Kaohsiung, and the United States, right? This is very wonderful, right? Okay, so after we finished our translation and oral interpretation, we will take a picture online altogether, right? Okay, and this is kind of encouragement and respect to them, right? And let's go to our like a positive feedback, right? The first one is from Sijing Wenjing, okay, and this is like a very wonderful, touching stories about Ciyun. Okay, Ciyun actually is a hostess of the Da'ai video, and she always gives us like a true stories. Like, and she says that over like 10 years ago, like Wen Jin was in charge of like a hosting like programs like in Beijing, right? And Ciyun usually like hosted a lot of like programs too. Therefore, Shi Jin says like Ciyun is gonna be her like a role model, and both of them just had a chance to be the like a hosted on Dai radio. Okay, and through this, and they just became more familiar with what Ciji was wrote about, right? And therefore, Ciyun became like a Shijin's role model and idol as well, right? Okay, especially when they were okay in Taipei, and like a Ciyun just like a show them around and be their own tour guide, right? And it was a chance for her to know Xueyu even more, right? Okay, and she learned that Xueyu is a really kind of prudent and humble person facing all her challenges, right? So actually, and this is kind of a great Buddhist thought about that. Okay, she can just learn a lot from her, right? And in September, Ciyun is going to be with us in September here in Kaohsiung, right? This is a wonderful piece, right, from like a Jin. And we have a Jinsi from Thailand. And she says that it is a kind of a wondrous like affinity that in 2023, okay, and she had a chance to just like had a trip around the Taiwan within 24 hours, right? And she just is appearance okay in her life and about like a past, a present, and the future. And she learned also very much from Siyun, right? And in Kaohsiung, and she can just also had a chance to learn something from the religious studio. I mean, Studies Institute of Tzu like a university, and she really had a kind of a really close like attention toward the topic that okay, we can use like terminologies, and we can just spread the Dharma, okay, in a really systematic way, right? Okay, how touching it was, right? Okay, and she said that she was really touched about what we are doing right there. And I say that it was kind of all about a good affinities, because we didn't even know that they were both invited at the same time on the same day, okay? And you see, a good affinity, right? Okay, and Jinshu said that this is really a kind of a touching day, we say, right? Okay, and she could just meet up with all like good characters and like presenters right there. And Lin Jiande, okay, the leader of the Religion Studies Institute, is going to be here again on August 28th, right? So let's wait and see, right? Okay. And we have a lot of like team members of like a study group, right? Who are also studying in Religions Studies Institute of Tzu University, right? Okay. And this is very wonderful. Okay. And Xueyu, okay, says that this is kind of a wonderful experience, right? So again, if you can just be kind of diligent and everything's possible. And today we have a written translation team, and today we are going to talk about a team two. And we have a Su Lin, Yaming, Jialin, and Su Rong. Okay, and this is really important that we have a positive energy, right? So let's always be together with kind of people with kinds of positive energy, right? And let's not underestimate the power of one, right? Okay, and if we stay at one, and you can know that 1 to the power of 365 is also one, right? So let's improve ourselves, right? So let's say anyone who stopped learning are named older people. However older you are 20, you are 80, it's okay. If you can keep learning, then you can always stay young by learning endlessly, right? So this is wonderful. Please give yourself an encouragement that we are always keeping learning, so we always stay young, right? And you will never know how old I am, right? So let's say that let's step forward and we can just meet up with a better self of us, right? So let's go to the positive feedback one more time, right? And we had over 147 like messages for last week, right? And a lot of positive feedbacks for like a DJ who was the like a hosted. I mean, for last week, right? And Sijin says that Xueyu speaks wonderfully, right? Okay, and it was kind of a good experience for her, right? Okay, and I also wrote some messages myself, right? And I said that this kind of a natural way spontaneously, okay, and this is a good experience, right? And thank you to like Suji Hao, who was okay, the like a guided reader. And this is wonderful and good encouragement for them, right? And we have Zhongyu, okay, from Taipei, and saying hello. And we have Guan Xinlin from Canada, and she says a lot, okay. And we have Shi Jinwenjing in Beijing, and we have Guanfen from Daai Kindergarten. And we also have a lot of like team members from Kaohsiung. And we say, a lot of people are online and we can just all get together, okay, in the globe, right? Okay. And we have Xiaoming from Yunnan, and he says that May 1st is a holiday, so that she can just come, she can just come back, okay, to Kaohsiung, okay. And this is a message giving me encouragement that I know I am already well now, okay. And Huang Guanfen says this is kind of a greater love, and we can just carry the love and work all together. And another message says that Kaohsiung, Daai Kindergarten, is kind of wonderful team, right? Okay, and also collected kind of great donations there. Okay, so let's go to our guiding reader team, right? So wonderful. Okay, and they had just 10 minutes, and they did a wonderful sharing, right? Okay, and we also had the messages for the Daai, like a drama, where dreams take off, right? And we had the kind of good interactions all together. And we have a lot of messages for Cai Shenghang, the deputy CEO of the Philippines. And see, let's say thank you to all the team members globally from United States, Canada, China, etc. Right? And you can also leave messages in our English channel, and we can just read you some, right? And this is kind of a great one. And he is our role model and example. And he had done so much for Tzu Ji, and he transformed a lot of and did a lot of efforts to us, right? And all the messages was wrote about Cai Shenghang Michael, okay, from the Philippines, right? And this is kind of powerful. And Jihao says that it's a great experience that we had a wonderful teachers and with love and parents, right? Okay, and the good teacher changed the students really faster, right? Okay, and the message is about the Daai drama that okay, as a good teacher, and it's kind of gonna be a role model for students, right, in the entire life, right? It's very important more than anything, right? Okay, so wonderful. And we have a Ran Siyi, okay, from Malaysia. She did her wonderful drawings as well. And let's say thank you and give her a big hand to Ran Siyi, right? Now let's go to Japan. And we're gonna go to Tsuji, Japan. Okay, and we're gonna have for CEO Li Xiang, okay? And she's going to talk about how her experience was in Japan, right? Okay, so before the sharing, let's take a look at some video clips, right? Okay, and this is about a reunion, okay, in Japan, okay, and you may think, right, the reunion, okay, during the Chinese New Year, and we hope that we can just have a wonderful beginning, okay? And let's just do something more after this reunion. And this is just like a bigger family. And well, we have a new cook who just came over to Japan for over 1 month, right? And we can just experience the same mother languages, right? And the familiar voice, right? This is a really good experience, right? Okay, you should take a look, right? And this cook, right, in Japan, just walked by and he heard about the familiar language, which means Chinese, right? Okay, and he just walked in, right? So how touching, right? Okay, now let's take a look at the Noto Peninsula, okay, after the earthquake in Japan, right? So let's take a look at this video, all right? And for the very beginning, and we had a chance to cook, right, for them. but we didn't have any places or any spaces to do so until late night before the day we had to do this, right? Okay. And the mayor of Nakanoto Jojo said yes to us, right? And so when everybody came over, and we can have a place for them, okay, but the Tsuji can really walk to the disaster area, okay, Noto Peninsula, and this is kind of touching, right? And I have to say thank you to all the people here. So in our life, right, we have a lot of benefactors, right? And this is kind of touching for us. And after that, and we cooked, of course, right? We cooked for them. But more than that, okay, we are their companions, right? And I think this is important, right? And they enjoy not only food, but also we witness a lot of touching stories. And you see on the in the video that you see this is a young lady who came over to serve as volunteer, right? And they provide hot meals, and let's talk about the tea. Okay, so did you ever tasted the oolong tea? Yes, but our oolong tea is different, right? Why? What's the difference, right? And it's both sweet and this is kind of good to smell, right? And we really want them to feel the warmth from Tsuji volunteers, right? Okay, and this is a Jinsu tea, right, in Japan. Okay, and Japanese restaurants really love the tea very much, right? Okay, so let's talk about blankets, right? And this is very, very kind of a familiar with people, right? Because whenever we have a disasters, and you will see the blanket being sent to the like victims, right? Okay, and we send everything to them according to their needs, right? Okay, and you know the size of the blankets are usually different, right? Okay, and when they show them our blankets, they are surprised that we have such like a recycling stations for elderly people for them to do something, and they feel this is good also, and they say this is also good for Nana or Joe. Okay, and this is touching, right? And the Japanese people feel this is a really kind of good experience for them, and this is something like they can also learn and imitate, right? Okay, and we can just take a look at the videos, and you will know what's going on and what we're doing in Japan. Okay, and we are busy doing something, and we are doing something this, and we are doing something like that. Okay, so Lixuang is really busy in Japan, right? And it's really, really touching for me that although she is super busy there, and she can just spare some time for us, and we can just know about more like what she's doing there. Okay, so Li Xiang is here with us, right? And she's gonna be talking about like their experience in Japan, okay, from the March 11th tsunami to the Noto earthquake this year, right? Okay, and this is the numbers and statistics that we show, right? Okay, in a video, and the numbers talk, right? Okay, and the Tsuji volunteers provide so many like meals, and so many volunteers come over, and we mobilized so many people there. Okay, see, and we also have a Tsuji like a coffee house, right? Okay, and you will know that you will know later that we have a Dr. Wenbi also in the video, and because of a group of Tsuji volunteer, they care about all the victims in Japan, and this is really touching stories from all the characters here, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, now let's go to Japan, and let's give encouragement to CEO Li Xiang. We like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Hello, Li Xiang. How are you? Well, we can hear you. Turn on your voice. Sorry. So let's wait a moment. Please wait and okay. but we can't hear you. Are you sure your microphone is on? Okay. We still cannot hear you. Okay, sorry. Okay. We can hear you. So please have someone come over and make sure the voice is okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes, you can, but we just can't hear you. But this morning when we did a test, right, and it was very smooth, but I don't know why we can hear her right now. Okay. So we will just work hard. Okay. And this is really challenging, right? If we do the broadcasting, right? Okay. And see, we have to face so many problems which may happen anytime, right? Okay. And we have some messages here, right? Okay. And let me just read you some feedbacks there. Well, and are you using the headset, earphone, or what? But in the morning, and we did a test, and it was smooth, right? Okay, and that's well, still no voice here. Okay, but we think your microphone is not on, right? I am sure that in Taiwan, and we're okay, no problem. We finally we hear you now. Wonderful. Okay. So we can do it, right? So do your sharing now, please. Thank you, Meiyun, and I have a chance to do the sharing there. And through online study group, and I like to say thank you to all the volunteers that help very much. Okay, in the Japan earthquake, right? And 3 years ago, and in 2011, which was a long time ago, and we say kizuna, actually in Japanese, it means kind of a caring and comforting, okay? And we collect a lot of love, okay, a lot of the kizuna, okay, things like March 11th tsunami and earthquake, okay, in 2011. And people in Japan, including the government, okay, and always made calls to us asking about how the reconstruction was. And in Taiwan, and we also receive so much love, okay, to us. Therefore, Japanese victims, residents, feel very very touched because of all the benefactors, right? As you mentioned, we just feel a lot of love from a Nakamoto Jojo, and a lot of doctors in the videos like a Chen Wenbi, right? And from the map, and you can see this is Ishikawa Ken. Ishikawa Ken is located on Noto Peninsula, and we can know that the earthquake, the epicenter was on the Anamizu, okay, and it caused a lot of houses collapsed 17 I mean, more than like a 70,000 houses collapsed, right? And we had a lot of residents here who are usually like a senior citizens, right? And it took up to 50%, right? So we are set by the Master Zheng Yan that okay, we should focus on like helping out the like a senior citizens there, right? And for example, we have this like Teraoka Takashi-san, and he is already 82 years old. And when our Da'ai, like journalists are coming over to her, coming to them, the couple, and you know that what he told us, he said to us that okay, he didn't know how to really survive because he has a wife who is 78 and he has nothing now, okay? And he didn't know what to say, right? Okay. And we also have one more example from, okay, one more person, okay? And he said to us that all the artistic works were also destroyed, and they all told like our journalists like they didn't know what they can do, right? Okay, and here in the picture, like you see, okay, we have a terraced fields, right? And because of earthquakes, the terraced field were almost like destroyed, right? Okay. But this man, okay, in the picture, okay, had been a farmer since he was 16 and he didn't know what to do. And here is a superintendent of the hospital. And you know, Japanese people are usually gender employed, but this is rare that we see him crying there. Okay, and this is like a Shimanaka Jojo here, right? Okay, and well, Master Zheng reminded us that we should always do something instead of just say something. And we care more about whether we have done enough, not just about whether we do it or not, right? Okay. So I think she says that we had to really broaden our like a Buddhist path, right? And we have to do more for them, and we have to imitate the power and the image of the like fireflies. Okay, and we can just light people's life up, right? Okay, so we set our project into three steps, right? Okay, and it was difficult, but we still do it, right? Because you know, well, at that period of time, it was like a frozen cold, okay, and the traffic was a problem, and everything was kind of a challenge, right? Hey, but we have the like a mind there, so we conquered and we overcame like all the challenges, right? Okay, and we collected water because we had to cook, right? And stage two, and we are happy that we can shoulder on like all the works, right? And we also launched the Cash for Work program there. And all the volunteers, right, in Japan, okay, from age 25 to age 88, okay, are so happy to serve, right? And they could just, okay, shoulder the responsibility about like a culinary cooking, and they have for their own functions, and they really did all the jobs really well. And they were joyous, like taking up all the tasks and shoulder on their responsibilities there. Okay. And after that, okay, they are jokingly say that, okay, well, now I'm a wonderful cook and I'm good at a culinary job, right? So I can cook for more than 200 people. Yeah, okay. Now they become confident, right? Okay. And they just spare all the time that they can to serve as volunteer. And this is kind of a wonderful. I'm so grateful toward this, right? Okay. And the volunteers showed us such responsibility and the task for 43 days, right? After they completed the task, right? Okay. And I said that we have a program Cash for Work, right? Okay. And we treat all the residents just like our family members, right? And we show them how to just do some specific works there. and we just guided them like a one by one. Okay, so they don't worry about they can do something, right? Okay, and we will just show them how to do them. Okay, smoothly. So this is a wonderful sharing there as well. And we also see some touching like images in the hospital, and they just set their food in a really kind of a beautiful place there, and they serve the food to all the staff members, doctors, nurses, even patients and patients and families, the wonderful delicious food, right? Okay, and probably they are victims, right? So the hot meals are very important for them, and it is an experience when we just had a chance of cooking in the hospital, and I was really touched from by the residents and by the patients who enjoyed our food, and they say that it was the first time after the earthquake they had a chance enjoying the wonderful food, right? And we are not doing anything. We just seize the moment and seize the affinity, and we tried our best to spread the greater love. And we want to introduce the good affinity to a lot of people in Japan so that they could also participate in our team, right? And we are just doing something like that, right? And what is more special in stage two is that we have a Tsuji coffee house, right? And we use kind of a tiny corner space, and we decorate the corner into a very warm and a very like a beautiful like a Tsuji coffee house, and we provide like a Jinsi tea, the Jinsi black tea, and the hot chocolate and the hot cocoa there. And if you came over here and you want to serve as volunteer or anything else, the first thing is that you enjoy a good tea and you can begin your serving like hours there, right? And it is kind of a wonderful design for us, right? Okay. And when they are having the drinks in our Suji coffee house, right? And they will have a chance to know some information about Suji, right? Okay. And they also had a chance to take a shower here, and it is a kind of a great chance that because we have like hot water, and it is important for people to just have a shower and for comfortably there. And the media in Japan and the students from Japan would also come over, and its appearance like what we have right here. So this is very kind of tiny like a thing that we see, and they can just enjoy whatever we have, right? And experience our love, right? Okay. And by the time they also had a lot to say, and maybe they just say it through like a car, say it through text, say it through messages, right? And what they say, what they show is not about the love toward Tzu, and they also carry their gifts to us, right? Okay, like a handy like artifacts, right? And their food here, and they also had some alcohol, wonderful alcohol for us, although they don't know that we don't drink alcohols, right? And all the gifts and all the behaviors like they show are the comfortable and a thankful thing toward us, right? And especially, I want to talk about Dr. Chen Wenbi, and he is working at the hospital in Nanao, and actually he is from Kaohsiung, and he just let us use his house, which is over 100 years old, and the Tzu volunteer just use this kind of an older house to cook, right? To settle them down and do a lot of a voluntary job there, so that we can have our voluntary job smoothly in Nanao. And this is a kind of a wonderful affinity, right? Okay. And Chen Wenbi, okay, works for a very good organization in Japan, and it is named, Ishikawa Taiwan Exchange Promotion Association. And he is a doctor, and he introduced Tzu Chi volunteers to the government officers, right? Like Naka, Noto, Jojo there, okay? And we also visited, the mayor of Ishikawa and the mayor of Hokoku there. Okay, so this is very very kind of important role in Japan, and he not only introduced us to know so many people, and he also did the culinary job with us, right? Okay, and here in the picture we have Shimanaka Koji Ejo here. Okay, and he is a superintendent in this like a hospital, and he just offer us the corner so that we have a Tzu Chi coffee house there. And he really loves our gifts there, and he witnessed a great love toward all the people there. Okay, and he also learned that our manner and our gentleness about Tzu Chi. And he said that this is a kind of a good experience for him, right? Okay. And we have to know that this is superintendent also is appearance like a blackouts and the aftershocks, right, by himself, right? And he had to take care of this, and he had to also pay attention to his own like families, because he had no time to go home after the earthquake hit Japan, right? Okay, and he says that he really appreciated the volunteers of Tzu Chi coming over to Japan to his hospital. And and after the voluntary job, and we just stay in the like a residence there, and we just had a meeting. Okay, the meeting room is the picture you see here, and can you feel the warmth here? Can you feel the comfort there? Okay, and we feel all the hearts and the sense of missions, right? Because we have to do everything well and help all the people out, right? Not only that, we also drench ourselves in the Dharma teachings of Master Zheng Yan. And now, finally, what do we have? Okay, in exchange is that we receive all the gentleness and the friendship from the residents of the Noto Peninsula there. Okay, and this is kind of touching, right? Okay. Oh, and in Japan, okay, they also reported such kind of touching news on their TV stations, right? Okay, and we hope that we can just keep going on doing more for those people in Japan who need us, right? Okay, and through the like a introduction of one lady named Minami, okay, and she introduced to us like one more residence for more volunteers to reside over there. And because we said that we have like a one more step, okay, to carry it out as a project in Japan, and Minami just provide by herself, okay, the food for us, right? This is a really kind of traditional Japanese delicious food, right? Okay, we will just say thank you to her, right? And for stages 3 of the project, okay, we aimed on like a promotion of a vegetarian diets, right? Okay, and we do this in hospitals, and we do this in schools, and we like to create plans, right, to also help out them. Okay, by the way, we also create like a scholarship systems, right? And we hope that we can just spread the greater love and the Master Zheng Yan's greater Dharma to Japan, right? Okay, so this is a very, very good project for us, right? Don't you think so? And I have to thank you very much to Master Zheng Yan, to all the volunteers globally. Thank you for letting me know about this, and I have a chance, okay, to do the sharing right there, right? So thank you very much, right? Okay. our interpretation team feels really challenging, right? Because of your talking speed right there, huh? Okay. Well, so anyway, okay. Thank you for your assurance, and we experience everything through your presentation, right? Okay. So this is the image of Lixuang, okay? And now we receive some feedbacks, right? And we have a message from Beijing, and it says that facing all the challenges, right? What they want to do is just to like help people out there. And we have a message from Ilan saying that the Jinsi tea is kind of a wonderful experience for us, right? And here, one more message says that, okay, and Li Xiang really spread a great love, right? And this is kind of a great marriage, right? And one more message is saying that this is an experience of a life, right? And work people and work into people's lives, right? By helping them out when they need us, right? And we also experience the impermanence of the life, right? And here's a message saying that, okay, thanks to the gentle like a presentation of Li Xiang, and this is kind of a great sharing from Li Xiang, and you do all the presentations and sharing through your like a PowerPoint file. This is a really thankful. Let's say thank you to Li Xiang. Okay, so let's go back here. And here, let's say that we have been collecting kind of a good donations, right? And we have more than 60,000, like we say, a Lotus Sutras house. I mean, Sutra house, right? And here you can also see a lot of Jinshi products, right? And we have new products which are going to be launched in the future. Oh, we have a jelly drink there, right? Okay, I think this is kind of new, and this is gonna be your gift for June, right? Okay, and we also have a new product. This is kind of mosquito repellent, right? Okay. And they are really useful against like black mosquitoes, of course, right? Okay. And they are new, and you are more than welcome to come over and get some for yourself, right? And here we have like positive feedbacks and say thank you. We say thank you to all the messages from Guangxi or Xi'an, okay, China, and this is from Yali. And we have Mu Hui from Kunshan and Dawen from Chongqing. And I will just postpone their like a content. Okay, next time. So for the next, right, should be the guided reading, but where's Xueyu today, right? Come on, and we will just put her the last, right? So we will go directly to the like a catchy phrase, right? Okay, please.
Executive Director of the Philippines, share how Tsuji large-scale catch for work cleanup initially started. It has been a decade since devastating super typhoon Dana struck the Philippines, and Tsuji volunteers have remained steadfast. The effort to provide care and assistance to the over
Continually accompany the sufferings and make your life transform. It's very, very we know that it's not easy to make this slogan. Thank you. And next, we are going to invite a doctor from a surgeon from Dalin City Hospital.
Our searches with our advertisements. Well, he's the only one that I cannot contact until today. So later I will tell you the reason why. And let's watch the videos about these doctors. And first of all, let's watch this video. In the .I News, we have this unit of health programs. Through this image, we can understand the specialties of the Dr. Xu Dawen is about the colorectal cancers. The patient looks like normal, but actually she's suffering from the colon cancers. So the main treatment is through the chemotherapy and targeted medication. And the Dr. Xu Dawen is the specialties in these fields. And we can cure about 70% of the patients. And lots of patients after the treatment, they can resume to their work, but there will still be minor problem, such as like their body strength or their diet problems. So we can know that he is really specialized in this field. And that's laparoscopies that the Dr. Xu Dawen already performed more than 6,000 of cases. And through the high technologies, we can precisely remove the lesions. And it feels like you're standing right inside of the patient's body. You can see it very clearly. And all the vessel and the blood vessel can be removed precisely. So this is what we call the precise medical care. So that's why he said that you are making the interior decoration inside of the patient's bodies. So let's learn about the hybrid operation rooms. So with this hybrid operation room, we can perform the more than 300 cases. Once we introduce this to the Dalin hospitals, we can perform a lot of major surgeries. And Dr. Zhang Jianhua also arrived here to share this medical information to us. And as we know, our doctors are all very professional. And also with this highly technologies, with the three-dimensional laparoscopies introduced to the hospital, the survival rate of the colon cancer already over the average compared with the other hospitals. So actually, we can provide training for the doctor from other regions, from the other hospital. So our hospital are able to train the other physicians. And let's watch another news about him. So after 10 years of attending doctors, he set up his price and to starting from the ground zero. Let's talk about the Dr. Xu Dawei. When he has more than 10 years of attending doctors, but he set up his price to become an intern to learn the technique of laparoscopies. So he went back to training as a resident, and now he returned back to Dalin City Hospital, bring back all the technique that he learned for the years. This is the image that he's performing the laparoscopies. The doctor can perform the precise medical cares. He can work so efficiently because he wants to learn again. Actually, usually after 10 years of attending doctor, most of the doctor will choose to stay at the original hospital. But for him, he set up his price. He went to the other hospital to receive the training. And in the middle south of Taiwan, there are lots of elderly residents. So a lot of the patient could be the high risk patient that to develop the colorectal cancers. So for the patient, when I was in training, I was but when I went to training, I was with those younger generation doctor as a resident. I wasn't really accustomed with that. But even though he set up his pride to become a resident in other hospital, but through the intensive training, he bring back the whole set of the technique to Dalin city hospitals. So every time before the operation, you need to explain it to the patient and the family, and you also cannot picture that's how the patient feels. Lots of patients will cry when I'm explaining to them, and sometimes I feel that, and after my explanation, the patient wouldn't feel the helpless anymore. Dr. Xu Dawen feels like the life is like computers. A lot of time you need to set yourself back to the ground zero, to start from the ground zero again, and to learn all the new technologies. So even I'm a very experienced doctor, I still keep on learning. I still encourage myself to keep on learning, to keep on making progress. Because life cannot redo it again. So you need to enhance ourselves constantly. So let's give doctor a big hand to welcome him. We have our specialties here arrive at the scenes. Actually, Dalin City Hospital already have the ability to provide training for the other physicians from other hospitals. And for him to start from ground zero, from the attending doctor until the residents, it's really touching us. And since we're starting from the study groups to these great doctors at us, because he's always so busy. And I was complaining to our editor. So we really need to approach him many, many times in order to contact him. But because myself has more than 5,000 friends in line, so I cannot friend him online. So we set up another group, online groups. So all of this picture that was taken during his presentation, we can send it to him through the new. Look at Dr. Xu Dawen. He is very tall. He's 184 centimeters tall. He can be idols in the dramas, but we really appreciate with this precise medical care provided by our special doctors. And as I know that he's going to drive over here by himself from Dalin to here, I was wondering, did you drive very fast or did you get up early? Because the the sister told me that it take about 20 minutes to get here, but I get up very early, so it took me only 1 hour and 20 minutes to get here. So actually, doctor arrived here even earlier than all of us. So every time when we have a doctor's here, brother Jinyo will always be here because he was also receive a lot of care from Dalin City Hospital. So now Dr. Xu Dawen would like to share with us all of his technique and also his interaction with the patient, and we will notice lots of knowledge about the colorectal surgery. So let's give him a big applause. And I would like to be with you because you have positive energy. Presentation now. I'm very appreciated I have this opportunity to be here with every one of you. And through the video, we talk about the 3D technologies, and I would like to tell you the next eras. This is the era in this new generations, and I would like to introduce you the evolution of the corneal surgeries. Everybody heard about the Da Vinci, but you don't really know what the Da Vinci worked for. So why the cancer can be cured, and how do we cure the cancers? Is that all of the cancer are curables? The only way is that you find out all the cancer cell and you eliminate all of them. Is that very difficult? How come the Dalin City Hospital can cure over 70% of the colon cancers? So for the past 20 years, I estimate myself already cured more than 2,500 patients. This is what I have been through. And the primary treatments is always through the chemotherapies, through the surgical therapies. We had to find out the cancer and eliminate it. And how come some of the patient cannot be operable? So sometimes because the human has a physiological limits. You can look at this footage. There are more than 3,000 tumors inside of this patient's abdominals. But if each tumor costs 15 minutes to reduce it, how long will you take for you to remove all of the tumors? And there's another problem is you might not pay attention on it, such as when I was in my internships, and the experienced physician will get old, especially, and their body strength will declines. As a surgeons, when they reach their most experienced and skillful periods, actually is the physical strength already declines, but at that time he's already starting to age, and his body is not suitable for performing the operations. So when he is in his 50s, it's really hard for him to perform the surgery anymore. And with our new technology, even your age, you will still become the very experienced and very skillful doctors. For there are 4 revolutions of the colon surgical process, and I had experienced all of that. So listen to my story is I listen to the progress of the revolution of our surgical procedures. So when I was and in 1984, after serving as a junior military physician for 2 years, and I entered the Department of Surgery at Taiwan University. And in that era of the abdominal surgery, due to the difficulty to control the blood loss, everything emphasized in the simplicity and the speed. So at that time, surgery, we emphasize on the speed and rather than the fineness. So with the large incision wounds, it's easier for us to complete our tasks. So in the eras, there are a lot of way to improve our skill. So in 2003, when Dalin Tzu Hospital first established, many of us joined Dalin Tzu Hospital as a first generation doctors. Now we reached the era of the laparoscopies. So in 2008, the director asked me, and in the ventral hospital, lots of advanced country already use the laparoscopy to perform the surgery. So the director asked me, would you mind set up your flight and to be an intern and to learn the laparoscopy skills? You can picture like I'm already the chef in the restaurant, and now I have to starting as a cleaner, as a waiter in a restaurant. How can I bear with that? It's like a reset of my careers because lots of my colleague already disappears. I'm no longer a attentive doctor. I become a resident again. So I spent a whole year to learn the technique from the other hospital, and I bring back the whole sets of the high technologies. So as you can see from the image, there are 5 tubes on the patients, and actually we upgrade 5 wounds. Each wound is about 2 to 5 centimeters. At this time, you will feel that it's a big difference compared with the traditional surgeries. So with the 4 to 5 incisions with the tube, the advantage of the laparoscopy is that with the smaller wounds, less pain and the speedy recovery, and with the less complication for a lot of patients, they can is a benefit for most of the patients. And another advantage of the laparoscopy is that we can operate the multiple colon cancer simultaneously at the same time through the laparoscopies. Like this patient, she has 2 lesions of the colon cancer, but we can do the surgery at the same time. Is it good enough? Can we make any more improvement? Yes, we do. Let's talk about the single incision laparoscopies. Compared with the 5 incision, and to close up 5 incision, there was so much troubles to do that. And a lot of the manufacturing, they invented the single incision laparoscopies. There was 4 exit wounds, but only through 1 insertion that will cost extra the $40,000 extra dollars. This is a pretty good skill, but it's too pricey. So lots of patients, they cannot bear to afford that $40,000. So this is what I invented. I invented just use a surgical gloves that only cost $10. The glove with 5 fingers, and you can insert the tubes through the gloves, and instead of spending $40,000, I can solve the problem with just a $10 surgical gloves, and with only 1 incision wound.
This is that's a problem of the we face because of the skills, and something that we have to prevent uh, the uh, the uh, the bad recovery rate. And in year 107, there's we enter into the era of 3D operation. We need to have the we need to have the imagination in our own brain. We need to have the imagination of the 3D, three-dimensional image in our own brain. And everything in our own brain, we have to imagine that it's three-dimensional, and it would turn, make a turn in make a curve in a tummy of the patient. And the young doctor will learn faster than the older doctors. And in Darling City Hospital, you can see my back. I'm always taller in I'm always taller in the operation room, and it's very troublesome because I'm too tall. We have to adjust the height of the console. Uh, and we have to wear we have to wear these glasses so that we could see the 3D image. And this display as auto stereoscopic 3D display. It can this display device, it can display the 3D image. And from year 107, we in Dalin City Hospital, we already adopt all the operation to use the laparoscopic single site operation. We call it LESS operation. And the successful rate is very, very high. And nowadays, can we have a breakthrough in our operation skills? Unless you are not a human being anymore. Today, I'm going to talk about how I become non-human being. This is if we want to attain the ultimate attainment, we have to adapt ourselves to become non-human. And this is this the in the early age we used the a machine, a robotic arms, but this robotic arm is so space consuming because it is so huge, and you would operate the whole surgery room, operation room. And now in this new technology, and the technology, how your hand move, the instrument move as your hand move exactly like the movement of your hands. And so the machine is not it's not no and not any better than the movement of our hands, fingers, and arms. And but the in the Da Vinci era, it's really making a breakthrough. So now the Da Vinci system, it can make our operation skill better than the physical performance of doctors. Our vision accuracy is it could help us to improve our vision accuracy to 2020. And we could have more than 2 hours, and we could have a power of grip as about range of motion as could be more than 110 degree. And it could also the physical limit of doctor is we still have them. We get tired. You know, TSMC, the technology of their wafer technology is to the 2 nano. And now our vision, if our vision accuracy could improve to nanoscale imaging, that would be wonderful. And I thought that I thought it would be probably impossible for us to this is from the movie that this if this Superman can wear this robotic outfit, it could become superpower. And so if this machine is advanced enough, maybe the doctor, no matter how old the doctor is, and the robotic could help exceed the physical limit of doctor. And how come we don't see any doctor and only machines, robotics are on the site? And where are the nurses? And I was in the world, and I was controlling this machine, but not by the side of the patient. I was in another room remotely controlling this machine. So now you can see that only this machine, the doctor can control this big machine on his own. The doctor doesn't need the help from the nurses and assistants. Look, I'm very tall. I'm 184 centimeter, and this machine is taller than I am. It's a huge machine. The Vinci operating system. And I could have 4 arms if I use this machine. And the vision accuracy is 10 times better than my vision, better than the human vision, like 20/20 vision. And also the machine could have a grip power of about several tons of power, and there's very precise accuracy. And you know the stapler, if we put little stapler needles under the Da Vinci arms, and we can make the stapler needles into turn it into a butterfly shape. Very powerful, but very precise, very fast. So the doctor surgeon could become Superman. And this is the interface of the robotic arms. There are 12 angles joints, so it could imitate the movement of doctor's fingers, and even better, it could be very powerful and very precise, and so we could have do all kinds of movement going up and down to sides, and this is a very magical. You could have all kinds of instruments, endoscopic instrument. You can change the instrument on the site during the operation. any kinds of instrument that we need. We could have electrocauterizations instrument and stop bleeding instrument and render retraction, any kinds of instrument we want. And I feel like we became like um, a mercy Buddha. She has 1,000 of instrument, Dharma instrument to save the suffering. And now my dream come true. I really transform through the Da Vinci system. I really transform myself into Guan Yin, like Mercy Buddha Guan Yin. She has the Dharma instrument, all kinds of instrument that could help the patient. We have we are born to, like I myself, I'm born to become surgeon. And for I learned to become I learned the skill of a surgeon is very fast. If I want to learn, if you want to practice a super kung fu, you need to disarm and defeat yourself. You want to get used to that you have you not only have 2 arms, you have 4 arms, and you have to get used to that you can see through 6 membrane, and you when you pick it up, you have to see through. There are maybe 6 membranes, not only 1 brain, and you have to see through, and you have to see through the membranes that there are blood vessels. And now the endoscopic instruments are able to make a curve in our arms in the tummy of the patient, and you can also have enough power to bend the metals, and you can get used. You're so powerful, and you can rotate I can rotate my wrist, and for 3 rotations with no problems, I could move about like 5 times of my regular movements. And this is not, it's not difficult. And so I have to get used to that I have super kung fu. And this is a fun kung fu story. And one super kung fu master transfer his kung fu to a young kung fu master, so that the young kung fu master has the ability of the super senior kung fu master. So this young kung fu master become the superpower in the kung fu world. And now when I'm connected to the Da Vinci operation system, I feel like myself, I have the kung fu from a great master. And let's compare to the recovery rate. The average fast time after surgery, the transitional way, they have to wait until 6 days after the surgery. But the traditional laparoscopy operation, it takes us 5 days for the patient to start taking regular diet. But for our 3D laparoscopy, single site, it takes 3 days for the patient to return back to the regular diet. But if we use Da Vinci operation, right after the operation, the patient can start taking regular diet. The average patient's expression after laparoscopy is the single site surgery. They think that the patients think that they broke their arms yesterday, but the traditional laparoscopy, the patient will feel like they broke their legs. But the traditional C-section operation, after the operation, the patient would think that they were hit by a car. But after the Da Vinci operation, the patient think that it just like they had an appendectomy operation. It's like they didn't feel anything at all. So what is the biggest loss of patient? The best physical fitness condition is when you are at 35 years old, but after 35 years old, their physical condition would get deteriorated year by year, and after over 40 years old, we started to have all kinds of vision problem, so we cannot see things clear. After 50 years old, past 50 years old, after about 7 or 8 hours of operation, I've already feel I don't have any power anymore. I feel fatigue. So but when the doctor have more experience, the doctor is older, and they have experience and they have knowledge. I am now I'm now almost 60 years old. I'm experienced. So I have done profound knowledge, and their knowledge in their brain is very precious. But in the past, when there's no Da Vinci system help us, we were limited by our physical condition because we are older. We don't have enough energy. But now we can overcome the physical limitation because there help from the Da Vinci system. And so I have like a doctor, the younger doctor, the younger doctor who said, waiting for me to retire so that he could become the chief. Now he has to wait another 20 years because my physical limitation is not limited by my energy, because I have help from the Da Vinci system. And did you figure that you were look up to by your things? I feel that you are so confident here, and you tell us that you were born to be a surgeon. And it is now fun, to be sick, and it's even more suffering if you are suffering from cancer. But now we feel that we have help, we have hope, because these great masters was great kung fu master is here to save us. And the picture you show is if made by AI. No, it's not from AI. Did not draw the picture. It's from the drama. I read a drama from a kung fu story from author Jiyu. I read all his drama story, kung fu story, and the surgeon, he doctor has gone through all the new era. When the surgeon passing through the new era, at first I felt very sad and mistreated when I have to go to the other hospital to learn the new technology, this Da Vinci technology. I have to be from the attended doctor to become a practice doctor. I felt mistreated and I felt sad, but now I felt that that experience was benefit me so much. I learned new technology so that I could benefit my patient. He is a 184 centimeter. I could not fight with another doctor. He's also tall. And doctor, he has humor and he is compassionate, and he learned the Vinci system to help the patients, and we are so proud of him. We're so proud of him. He is the very superb doctor. Is like he's like Guanyin Bodhisattva. And do you hire yourself in Dalin City Hospital? I hire myself in the hospital. I always come out from hospital after night, during the night time. Please come to us more often, because we enjoy your sharing. Listening to your sharing is such an enjoyment experience. And he is so humorous, and he is very experienced and very skillful surgeon. And from Beijing to Beijing, he is the advanced technology in medical field help the surgeon to perform operations so much better than before. And it's very fortunate that the patient to the Darling City Hospital have the great doctor and great technology. And we squat down because we want to be able to jump up higher and I'm home because I have the house cleaning work to do. You were listening to the sharing, and only you have to take a look. Don't you want to take a look at this handsome surgeon? And this handsome surgeon, he is very tall, and his skill is as high as his physical height. And thank you, Dr. Shi. He is my surgeon. And 4 years ago, Sister Huiling, you are you the patient of Dr. Shi? Yes, she is a patient of Dr. Shi. Uh, Sister Huiling, thanks to Dr. Lin and Dr. Lin's great skill to make her recover very fast from her illness. And now the Da Vinci system operation is controlled by Dr. Xi, and he is like Guan Yin Bodhisattva taking care of more than 3,000 patients. Do you read the Dharma teachings? Yes, the doctor read Dharma teaching, and he is very good at taking care of the patients with Da Vinci system. He is the idol in our heart. Thank you, Dr. Xi Dawen. Thank you. Let's take a look at the expression on his face. He's our idol, Xi Dawen. Dr. Xi Dawen, Dr. Xi Daren. We love to be with you because you have positive energy. Thank you. A special doctor and speaker. Before he came, I didn't have any opportunity to get in touch with him. Next time, please get in touch with me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the great sharing. And today, if you listen to this sharing, please share the link of the and we are going to connect you to
in Mongolia. This is always connected. We can see some are familiar with online. With this group of old Bodhisattva, they can do recycle so well. When you go back, we'll learn that from them. Pass on the environmental protection concept. The young people were under the big pressure. We see how can we start it. In addition to the interactive environmental, our advantage is in the dynamical exhibition. Today's future, we experience it in person, they can gain a lot. I hope they come back, they can they come back to Taiwan. They confirm everything. You see our Wenfang brother. So appreciate actually everywhere. So Tzu people is over that. Rigid teacher can sit for long. We can edit it or game. They gain a lot. Now let's go to Mongolia. I want to be with you because you have a positive energy. Sister Wenfang, please. How are you, Wenfang? Voice? You hear me? Hi, everyone. Okay, very good. Let's open your video. Okay, let's start sharing. At here, Master Zheng Yan, Boardmaster Global Online, the 30 volunteers. I'm Yang Wenfang, our Hohhot's volunteer. Today, I would like to share with you a comedy story in the Hohhot's case. There was infinity between the volunteer and the Bonnianzhu. His father didn't get married. After they separate, he's always raised by his father. His father work in other place. Tianzhu's legs are suffering from skin disease. Tianzhu and his grandfather live in a rented house with a room about 30 square meter. Cooking and living place all at the same place. The first time we visited, their grandfather's mom was also there. The room was a mess. Cooking appliance and the kettle had been a long time didn't cleaned. A long time no emptied. The doctor was worried. After first visit, what we worried the most is the Tianzhu. The boy had never been accommodated by the mother. 4 years, Tianzhu still didn't work. He timid to see people. So the volunteer decided to go to see Tianzhu every month to accommodate with love. At the first few visits, no matter how enthusiastic we are, tend to ignore us and the resistance. He only accepts Sister Tuya. Tuya is very good at interacting with Tianzhu. Tuya has a sister about the age of Tianzhu's age. His the first few days, only Tuya played with Tianzhu, and the others, it didn't accept anyone else. He can ask only one. We are so happy. At first, meals of only Tuya playing with Tianzhu. The other volunteers clean the room area at a time. Cleaning up old oil stands and volunteer brought the mattress, new sheets, the room piled with donated clothes. Grandfather no time to open. So the volunteers start to sorting, keep what they want, and let go or give away the rest. And then the volunteer bring the study desk, washing machine, bathtub, cleaning supplies. In July, the volunteer brought the wallpapers and pasted with the grandfather. And the messing room had also been cleaned, making an area for storage. The grandfather used his woodwork skill to separate a single room. Every time clean a place, gradually the house looks like a home. Moreover, the volunteers found that his grandfather started paying more attention to the house hygiene. When a volunteer come back, the home always tidy and neat. Even the yard also cleaned and tidied. The volunteer gave his grandmother a thumb up. There's also changed. He started playing with other volunteers. Volunteer found that Tianzhu can speak. The first words Tianzhu says, "What is ant?" It's turned out that Tianzhu can speak because he always heard the volunteers say ant. The first word Tianzhu say is, "What is ant?" And the volunteer passionately explained to it. Gradually, every volunteer and Tianzhu are familiar with each other. Tianzhu start to the conversation between Tianzhu and the volunteer getting more and more. The volunteer patiently guided Tianzhu to speak out what he want to express. Every taste, the volunteer gave Tianzhu a great compliment. From the beginning, Tianzhu didn't accept the volunteer, and later, when the volunteer want to leave, unexpectedly he stopped it. Thank you. It's help, self-help. So we have this kind of good affinity. The family assembly is a really good affinity, although a little challenge.
And here we have a message from Hohhot. Okay, he says that like Wenfang's power is really like effective and fascinating. And Shi Jin says that let's go back to Mongolia, and she really did her best and spread all the great love and do her best to all the people there. And you can see like on the screen, and she is Wenfang, and in Mongolia. And we have Guanxin from Canada, and she said this is kind of a small seed, which is kind of important, right? And the seeds will grow up, with water, and the water is like everybody's love, and thanks to like Wenfang's great love to all the like children like Tianzhu there. Okay, and this is also very important that we can just spread the love into like a children's heart, and we can just see them okay in our classes, right? And the Zhou Ruixing in Beijing says that, okay, Tianzhu didn't receive the mother's love, but instead he received like a Ciji's love, right? Okay, and this is very touching, right? So when you are watching the recap, right, so please like give Wenfang your encouragement by texting us, right? Okay, thank you for your wonderful shares, Wenfang. And we have a Wen Hui from Shandong saying that, okay, and I don't know that Xu Dawen, Dr. Xu is also interested in all the like martial art novels, right? And he has also watched a lot of novels by Jin Yong, right? Okay, and this is kind of wonderful that, okay, he, loves so many characters there, okay? And here is also a message saying that although they have a lot of events today, but understudy group is kind of an important thing in their life, right? Okay, come on, we have been studying for 2 hours, right? So ladies and gentlemen, let's do some exercise, right? So we have a wonderful exercise team. Then you will see this is kind of wonderful because they are all in black and white. And what are they doing today? Okay. Well, okay, because something's wrong there, but we don't think so. Let's go. And their microphone has something wrong there is, and we have two activity teams, right? Okay, and they have to do the preparation like 1 or 2 months ahead of that by giving me the music they need, and then by giving me the script that they are going to perform, right? But it's inevitable that we can have some problems here. So, ladies and gentlemen, now, okay, the microphone is back here. So let's go. Right. So please, everybody, stand up if you are healthy and you're safe. It is a beautiful song, right? And do you know that on May 19 and the 26th, what do we have in Jinsiho? We have a bone marrow donation campaign, right? And we really want to invite everybody to come over to Jinsiho and collect all the great love. And please, join our like a database, right? And now let's go to our second song. So let's always stay safe and healthy. If you are healthy and safe, please be seated. All right. Thanks to our activity team. So now go back to our positive feedback parts, right? Okay. And we have a message from Zhao Tong, and we have a Mu Hui from Kunshan, and we have a Yali from Guangxi, and we have a lot of messages here. And now let's go to our most important part, right? This is very well, we still have a lot of messages for Xu Dawen, Dr. Xu Dawen, and she says in a message that this is a wonderful and humorous doctor, right? And Dr. Xu is really, really humorous, and we really love him, right? Okay, and more than 10 years ago, he had my operation, and now I learned that I met up with a wonderful doctor, right? Okay, and for next speaker, and he is more humorous than this, right? Okay, and here one more message is coming in, all right? And we have a great doctor, right? It's great to know you here, okay? And Suji in the USA said, okay, this is kind of relaxing thing for Dr. Xu to just save lives, through his profession, right? It's great that we have you here and online, and we are more than happy. So we can have one more like a speaker, And let's go. And he is going to present us a wonderful topic, which is shocking. Ghosts are the dead, and the people are the undead, right? And I feel this is kind of funny, right? I think today the presentation is going to be very, very funny and interesting. And who designed the poster here? Then we have a lot of volunteers are doing such great thing, designing wonderful newspaper. We have team members here, right? And we have a Jiyu, and he really supports us very much, and he is here like every year. So after the pandemic, and Jiyu, would you please come over to Kaohsiung in 2025? And he says yes, right? Okay, so give him the big hand because he says good, right? And because he says good, and he is going to meet us because of the great affinity. And where is Jiyu? And actually, he is in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, right? Okay, then we know him very well, and he is everywhere in the world, and he is our also deputy CEO of a charity mission.
It's 30 years. It's 30 years old. We are very happy to see each other. And before the hospital is built, I already came to the hospital. Now the hospital is completely built. I'm so happy to come to the hospital. Just look back to the Chiji rain and the dew, just moisturizing the Malaysia and benefits this country. We are very happy in the Malaysia. There are many Chiji locations, and we just need to do Chiji in person, and we can grow up from there, and we also can benefit from doing Chiji. Now the time flies fast. It's already we need to in the Chiji road. We need to seize the opportunity to do the good deeds, and we need to just help the poor people. There are senior Chiji volunteers witness this kind of disasters in the world. Ghosts are the dead. Human people are not dead. So I like to be with you because you have the positive energy. Now welcome to the brother Ji Liu. Ghost is the people die, and people are the ghosts are not died yet. Brother Liu is very nice people, and brother Liu knows there's a Da'ai TV. He just went to the Da'ai TV to give a talk. He is the Tzu Chi humanity lectures. He do the lectures in the whole world, in different college, in different schools. Today is May 1st, is the Labor Day of Taiwan. In Malaysia, Labor Day is the national day. There are many Tzu Chi branches. Hold the praying activities. And praying activities started at 7 o'clock. There are many, half of the participants are Tzu Chi volunteers, and half of the people are just people coming to pray. There are many people from the locals, volunteers. And we just communicate each other very well, so we can have this very successful the praying activities. It came to Malaysia April 24th. I just came here for the open of Tzu Chi branch in Malaysia. There are many landscape Tzu Chi volunteers came to help to build this the Tzu Chi Tzu Chi Jun Si Ho. There are many local Tzu Chi volunteers do the sharing every night with people in the Malaysia. This is my third section of these praying activities. When I was in Malaysia, the local Tzu Chi volunteers, they participate in this local activities. They are very high energetic. They are very warm-hearted to attend Tzu Chi activities. This is the reason it's very successful in Malaysia. We can have very successful Tzu Chi good volunteers to come to join Tzu Chi. Okay, this is the prelude. Today's online study group, I'm going to share the ghost is the dead, and the people are the ghosts who are not yet die yet. Buddha say, oh, people say whatever is just lie, not because life is impermanent and the human heart is also impermanent. So if people just driven by this kind of like people have the double mind and wandering and like new, hate old, this mindset is so humans oath is just nonsense. Lovers the oath between the lovers is just nonsense in the perspective of the Buddha. This nonsense is just saying, just like a lying oath. And the lie, what's the difference between the lie and the oath? The lie is someone listening, take it very serious. Oath is the person speaks, take it very serious. No matter it's lie or oath, they are all nonsense. So the the bad words just said by the living people. The ghost cannot speak. Only living people just speak the ghost stories. So we don't need to afraid of the ghost. There's nothing to be afraid of ghost. If we know the reason, we just don't need to be afraid of the ghost. People are just living ghosts, even more, like there are many living ghosts, like drunkard, like a liar, like hungry, any kind of living ghost. Some wife call their husband just dead ghost. So they are all living ghosts. We don't need to afraid of living ghosts. The ghost, we don't need to be afraid of them because they are because the ghost cannot do something bad. Only living ghost people can do something bad in the world. If some family pass away, I'm not afraid of we the the family pass away, family member pass away. We just say praying happiness to the family member who passed away. The devil and the ghosts. There are different definitions between the devil and the ghost. The evil is supernatural entities like temptation, obsession. The ghost is just the human soul died. Evil is more fierce for than the ghost. Ghost is just the human soul who died. The difference between the evil and the ghost. Now we can understand the difference very well. Some people just put the mails, put something on the door being to avoid the ghost. Try to. This is a kind of protection to just avoid the evil, the ghost to come to the house. But the right thing to avoid the ghost is we need to be righteous. If your heart is the right, you are not the righteous person. If even you put something on the door beam, you cannot avoid the evil. If you are very righteous, you don't have to afraid of the evil because the evil, the ghost, cannot come into your house. So the most important things is we need to be righteous. We need to be a good person. So the ghost even cannot come to your house because you have very strong positive energy. So the evil, the ghost, can only come to the house when you are weak luck, the weak energy. So as long as we are have very strong energy, we are righteous. We don't need to be afraid of ghosts. So some wandering ghost in the world. What's the reason they are still wandering in the world? Because there are some obsession or other reasons. So this ghost still wandering in the world. The ghost cannot be seen, cannot be touched, intangible, and they are borderless and they move very quickly. This ghost evil, where do they come from? We have heard something. These ghosts, they just die in injustice by the age of 9. They die just on justice, hatred. So the ghost wants to find opportunity to revenge. So they want to the ghost want to find opportunity to revenge. So in the 2022, there are 2,081 souls in 1 second. And there are 200 million souls they sold in a day. There are billions of the dead soul in a year. This kind of number is not included the aquarius creature. If we include all the ocean creature, the data even more larger. If we recite the sutras, can we just avoid the evil by reciting sutra? Some people say yes, some people say no, but reciting the Diamond Sutra can avoid the ghost. It's not determined by reciting the sutra. It's determined by the reciter's attitude to avoid the evil, the ghost. So the human mind is very important. We need to be righteous. So we recite sutra. Just probably can work out to avoid the evil. If you don't do anything, you just say something from your mouth. It doesn't help people. You need to do something right to make yourself righteous, and you don't need to afraid of the ghosts. So if you are righteous, you don't need to wear any protected something to prevent the ghost. Now, the Buddha, the sutra is something from the sutra. So it's nonsense to recite back to the Buddha. We need to recite the sutra to ourselves, not recite back to Buddha. We need to respect the dead people. The reciting sutra is worse than help people. So we just need to put in practice just helping people in the world, not just reciting the sutra. We need to do something ourselves. Just this is the thing Buddha very happy with. We need to do something right in the world. So it's not just put something on the door or wearing protective to avoid the ghost to prevent the evil. If you do something bad in the world, it's against the natural law. So even the admire monks and the Buddha, they just need to follow the natural cause and the effect. If you are right people, if you use the evil method, it's still the right method. If you are bad people, use the right method, still evil. So we need to be very righteous in our mind. Now, talking about the ghost, what's the ghost? There are different kind of sayings. When people die, the soul is the ghost. Just people just live in the underworld in different form. The people have the lifespan. How about the ghost? Ghost, do they have the lifespan? Yes, they do. They still have the lifespan in the underworld. When ghosts in the underworld, they can have opportunity to reincarnated back to the human world. This is kind of saying the sixth path. If the ghost cannot be reincarnated back to the human world, and the underworld is overrun with so many ghosts, don't worry about that. Because the ghosts still have their lifespan. So when ghosts died, what do they become? If the ghosts die, they become Ji. This Ji is the graduate on the top and the year on the bottom. And when the ghost, the Ji, dies, then he becomes the C. When the C dies, he becomes E. So it's E becomes E. What are the C and the E? And based on the Tao view, if you cannot see, is C. When she died, they just lost the voice. When she dies, they just lost the shape. So when people die 4 times, from human to ghost to G to C to E. After 4, people die 4 times. People just decomposed back to nature. So people just finally need to go back to the nature.
Okay. In the Buddha's scriptures, they used to say the Buddhas, they was born from his mother's armpits, and they also during the past life, and they also feed their body to the very hungry tiger, and they also allow himself to fall from the high to the ground. So this kind of story actually is then difficult to understand, and we also difficult to verify because this kind of story is a long time ago. So if we stick these literal meanings, we may will find ourselves trapped in a mess. So think about like if the Buddha scriptures are open to interpreters, we need to keep the holding the attitudes. We cannot accept everything, and we talk about for the Chinese people. We talk about the Yan Wang. He is the king of the underworld, and he's arranged the
the ghost. And actually, he is not from the Yan Wang is not from the China. He is from the India, and they also eventually they just import from India. And when the Yan Wang entered to the China, and he got very good reputation in the temple. Have a lot of statues or portraits in the Buddha's temples. So and even though in the Daos, they also he is very high reversed. So in the Yanluo Wang is organized the underworlds, and the king is organized the human beings. So uh, in these days, we talk about after people pass away, you might be don't have any feeling, and is it really truth? You just um, vanish, and you don't have any feeling, and but and in the Buddhist, they say after people die, you might be a person will transform into we call Zhong Shen, and your body will become a kind of heavy because the inside have some kinds of pressures, and your ghost, your a soul will just leave your body. And then when you die, they say they have two embassies from the underworlds, and they snare your souls to in front of Yan Wang, and the Yan Wang and the Sun Judgment will examine the deeps or the disease in the mortal rounds. It determines in the facts beyond their actions. So, if people you want to know what you do, what your past life, and actually you will show on your this life. So, for example, if some people's not they are very easy to angry, and they might be come from stem from the astral rounds, and if some people they are easy to angry or stare someone, they might be reborn from the animal like the dog. So like a dog see the stranger, they will try to attack you. So it's like if you are long time in these animal rounds, uh, you they will show on your appearance. So the principle is no. If you want to understand the cause of a past life and look now experience these lives. So and if when you are cultivation and if they stop you, we call them is the demons. So external demon is not scared, but inside internal demon is so more scared. So when the Buddhas attain the enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, and at the time also have a lot of demon around him. So, for example, sometimes if we have a training program, they also have a demon around you, and we call sleeping demon because they let us feel lightly and cannot concentrate. So they it's our enemy for our like cultivation. So and I still got 3 minutes. Okay, we thank you, our Deputy CEO, Brother Ji, and I give him some feedback, and The goals is long terms. If you use the human eyes to see through the thing, you are the people. If you use the ghost eyes to see everything, actually everything is like the ghosts or demons. So it's a wonderful speech. It looks like we unite with the ghosts. So the important thing is our mind. We have to keep our mind east. And we really thank you, our brother Jiyu. Every time his presentation is very wide and broad. And we are thank you, give him a big hand. And we hope next year and we can see you again. And now we're back to at the things. Today, our guide reader is our sub-host last week's. And today's is our sister Xueyu. And why she is the last list in our online study group? Because she have a tour on the Jingshi boat. And she is very good with English and Chinese tours for our Jingshi boat. She just finished the tours for the Jingshi Ho, and now we welcome her. And we welcome our sister Xueyu. We're really happy to be here because you have a positive power. Today, I'm going to showing the story. The topic is love inspired by love. I'm going to share the Zhi Ji volunteers, the love footprints. I'm going to introduce one Zhi Ji volunteer from Australia, Janet. And Janet, he is a Chilean refugee. And during the Chilean civil wars, and his parents actually want him to going to study, and also arranged him to flee to the Turkey. And at the time in the suitcase, he have 20 books in his suitcase. But when he arrived in Turkey, he didn't go. Went to school, and he went to the factory. He tried to earn money. He is like the children laborers and work in the shoe factory. And he worked as he have to finish the 1,300 pair of the shoes. And work after 4 months, and he saving around 15,000. And he can successfully to bring his family to Turkey. In 2015, City Foundation cooperation with the Mana High School in Turkey and try to provide education for Syria children laborers, and they can finish their study. And at the time, the Jonas 9 years old brothers enrolled the Mana High School during this program. And the Jonas mother, she knew Jonas really want to finish his high school. So his mother told to our brother Sophie vessels, and please then the Jonas can enroll in the Manaha school. And Jonas he feel he can study in the school. And if he enter the school, how can he study? Let's have a look at the video. So Manila High School, they have the 22 years old students. So he have to work from 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock afternoon, and came to school 1:30, and then stay until 7 in the evening, then go home for the dinner. So you can see he have very good courage and perseverance. So when Jonas he was in Australia, he have a part-time job in a pharmacy. But when he in Turkey, actually he in his notebook he write down every single thing, every single ad from Tzu Chi. And he changed his goals. He want to become like engineer. And then we have a look next video. I don't want to just become a pharmacy. I want to bring more happiness to more people, including my family and the society. In this notebook, I write down every single financial aid I have received from the Tzu Chi Foundation. I write it down and in trust in Allah. One day I will have ability to repay you. Allow the foundation to help other again. Every time Jonay get the help from the Tzu Chi, how much money he receive, how much subsidize he receive, he write down on his notebook. And he say he want to help people in the future. And what Tzu Chi give him, these kinds of gratitude he will repay. And that is the love. Use love to repay to the society. Master wish him in the future he can repay the love. And did the Tzu Chi's help and inspire the Jonate? Yes, it is. Last year, 2023, the Turkey have very big earthquakes. And our Tzu Chi also had a delegation, and we have the distributions in the Turkey, and also have a fundraising activity layers. When our team arrived the Turkeys, and all of the school students and the teachers from Manila joined to help join this team, and including the Jonet. And because Jonet, he very good, he fluent with Turkey, Arabic, and English. So he play very good, important role. He can translate. He translate. He's not the interpreter. He also he know the Tzu Chi's principle. And so every time if have a distribution, he will put more Tzu Chi humanity and the disaster relief principle. And one time when he have a video checking with the master, he was very touching, and he told to the master, this time Jonas, he is the translator, try to express the love and compassion. 5 years ago, I was a person in need of help, and I think today I able to be the part of assess team to reach the front line. And I thank you this great life from the master, and it give me very strong power in my heart. And regardless of the nationality and the race. And we can see he is very pure and very aspiration in the local. He tried to reunite with our Tzu member. So I see his efforts. I really feel so proud and so happy. I look forward the spirit from Allah and the great compassion of our Bodhisattvas and can come together and serve the local communities. We can see Jonette. He from very seeking the education, and then he finished his study. Then now he over return. He's just changed his life. So over 10 years in Turkey, and we witness this seed was sown and they start to grow up. We use the love to inspire more, and we can see more peace and ease the powers. And we want to have a more peaceful in our society. I'm really touching and grateful Sister Xueyu, and she present the Jeanette stories very clear, and we learn from her. She do these PowerPoints very details. So Master Jin told us, even though we don't need to tell her about the foundation directory, we can tell then a story, and the story can inspire more. So we can see the Sister Xueyu, she do these kinds of topics very well. But actually, Sister Xueyu haven't been to Turkey, but she can share this story very detailed. You can just use your finger to flick this PowerPoint or this video.
You can just let everybody know about what the footprints is all about through your 10-minute like a presentation. And in May 29th, right? And on May 29th, and Hu Guangzhong and Zhou Ruyi from Turkey will be sharing their experience online with us, right? Okay. And so this is a proof that, okay, if we can just be permanent, if we can be just as diligent, then we are going to be with a better people in the future. And like in the presentation, Jared, it was just a little boy coming to Manahel, and study with like love, in the school. And he was a refugee from Syria, but now he has the ability to be the translator, doing a lot like for the victims and the refugees in Turkey. And by the way, and Benna Hill is going to be expanded in the future, right? That means that we can spread more love, in that country, right? So don't you feel this is a really touching story over there? Let's give our like a Shara the great like a big hand today. Thank you. And whatever she is doing, and we will just know that she's always learning and she's growing up, and this is on the way to profession. And please do not underestimate yourself, right? Because you really have the potential, right? Okay, so if you compare by yourself with only yourself, right, and you can just see like your improvement, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, the Sewing with Love program is gonna be, next Wednesday afternoon. So we want more people to doing this sewing job, presenting, okay, like a wonderful autograph with us, right? And please, we need more people. Please come over and we can just spread a great love, right? Okay. And for all the grannies and like the grandpas, right? And please don't stay at home. You can also come over here, and we will tell you like good stories, and you can also do something meaningful, right? Okay. And we also have one team member. Okay, do you know that? I guess she comes here to Kaohsiung from Jiayi or Hsinchu, right? Okay, kind of this is kind of remote, right? But they're here, right? They spend like 2 hours coming over, and they just do the good deeds that they want to, right? And you can see, okay, from the screen, then the product is very cute, right? Okay, so we mentioned that we have a new product that we launched right recently, May, right? So you can just come over and we gonna make some donations, right? If you buy, okay, if you purchase like products over here, right? Okay, and by the way, all the damaged, okay, the damages that the cost in Jinsi abode itself, right, is going to, okay, just do the repair job, right? And we're gonna do the repair job like by ourselves, right? Ourselves means like a message from the abode, right? Again, okay, your donations is not going to flow into Jinsi abode as their own like a reconstruction, right? Okay, so okay, the money to to reconstruct the Jinsi abode, okay, from the damage, okay, it is always from the money that you purchase our Jinsi products, right? Okay, so you can just know that, okay, where your money goes, right? Okay, so great, right? Okay, and if you can really just like do something like me, and we will just like find more members and purchase like some product altogether, and we enjoy the high quality, high end product, and the donations will go and help like a lot of good people because they really need us, right? Okay, and here we have like a JD, okay, launched in June, and we really have a good products. And last time I remember like you tasted some like a fruit drinks, right? Something, okay? And I really feel it is good, right? Okay. We also have some powders, and we also have like chocolate bars, right? And I mean, this is a multi-gram bar instead of a chocolate bar, and they are good and they are high in quality. And if you want to purchase something cheaper, then of course, right, we lose, right? But let's compare like a more on its quality, right? The food that tastes great, not only great but also healthful, okay? And we care about like every like a process, including like where the product is made, and where the like a material is from, and how it's produced, right? Okay, and see on the screen like we have like a soybean milk powder, right? And I really did some comparison, and I feel our like jeans soybean milk powder is really more tasty and more nutritious, of course, right? And of course, like I spend more money on that, but it won't, be a big like a burden for me, right? And it won't, okay, to you, right? Okay, and I did not come last week, right? And I felt like a ill, right? And last week, you know that, and I had the powder okay, from Jingsi, and I really realized that, you know, I recovered really soon, right? Okay. And when you were listening to all the sharings from a lot of people who had the experience like using the products, right, and you're gonna be very confident, right? Okay. And the herbal tea pack is also one of the, well, top ones. Okay. Yep. So, well, I personally just use them very, very frequently, right? Okay. And for next week, May 8th, right? And we're gonna have Xiao Tong coming with us. And we have Li Wen. And we have Zhou Xinhong, Si Jin, Wen Jing, and Fang Wen going online today. I mean, that day here. So I like to be with you because you have positive energy. And let's be just single-minded, and we can strengthen the Dharma. And if we can step forward, and there's gonna be good affinity and be permanent. Okay, be like a be diligent, and we gonna meet up with kind of permanent ourselves, right? And let's wave goodbye to Master Zheng and all the masters and say goodbye to them. Okay, thank you very much.